In my 10 years of doing stunts, I have worked for less than 5 female coordinators.
When you did Black Panther, you were training using bow staff. How do you prepare for projects as a stunt performer? Is there a training plan before production?
It depends, because there could be some very intense fighting sequences and stuff like that that are that you're told about for the project you're working on. So then you might get 2 months before you're scheduled to shoot on camera to rehearse with the stunt team. And the stunt team will be like the stunt coordinator, the fight choreographer, any other specialist that's involved. But yeah, because even with Black Panther, we had training in both staff before we started shooting. So it just depends on how long. Sometimes the project could be super easy, and it might be a skill that you already perfected, and that's probably why they called you. Like, hey, I need you to do a stair fall, or hey, I need you to fall off of a bike, something like that. So it just depends. But depending on the project will determine if there's like time that's allocated for the stunt team to have to rehearse and get familiar, learn a fight, learn the action sequences, stuff like that.
How do stunt coordinators and stunt performers work together to put together a scene that requires stunts?
Yeah, the stunt coordinator probably will have like his fight choreographer, and again, any type of like specialist that they have. They've already been told by the director and the producers, what they want a particular scene to look like. Like the production team director, they could come to the stunt coordinator and be like, you know what? So I want the 2 leads to fight. I want her to fall down the stairs. I don't want it to be too gruesome. I mean, they'll tell them the details of what they want for that scene. The stunt coordinator and his team, which could include a fight choreographer, all of those different specialist people, and they can put together a previs, which is called as a pre-visualization of what that scene would look like, so that they can see like, hey, this is what we put together. And it will include performers in there doing exactly what he said he wanted. And from there, the director or whoever can say, hey, I like that, or I don't like that. Can you change it? Can you add an extra flip? Can you extend it a little bit? Can you make it, 2 minutes? And so, yeah, and the stunt coordinator has his team. Sometimes that stuff might include some wire work. Mm-hmm. So he might bring in some riggers. Like he's like, the director might say, I want this guy to be blasted down the hallway, or I want him to be thrown against a building, things like that some high action. So again, the stunt coordinator will have his team, fight choreographer, his riggers, all of the people that's necessary to make that action work, and not only work, but safely work.
I wanted to discuss discrimination in the field of stunt performance. I've noticed film and TV productions not hiring Black stunt performers and instead opting to use blackface on white stunt performers. I wanted to hear your thoughts on the subject. What can productions do to ensure racist practices don't continue?
Okay, I spoke a lot on this, and this is very simple, easy answer. The last part of the question you said is, what can productions do to stop the racist actions on set?
Yeah.
They can stop doing it.
Yeah.
Very simple. They know what they're doing. They can stop. Mm-hmm. That's it. You know when you're being racist. Mm-hmm. No one has to tell you when you're being racist. Mm-hmm. I don't have to tell you that you hired a whole entire crew of non-ethnic people. Mm-hmm. I don't have to tell you that. You know that. Stop. Mm-hmm. That's what I have to say.
Mm-hmm. I wish there was kind of like a law or like something put into maybe unions to say, do not do this practice on set, maybe.
Well, there are rules and regulations that are supposed to be followed. But again, you have people who deliberately opt not to follow them. Mm-hmm. And then when you're operating in an industry where people try to sneak and then people see and don't say anything, there's the problem too. So again, productions, directors, producers, all of this, they can stop. I don't play the game of trying to sugarcoat stuff and all of that. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Stop it. It's like when a mom tells a kid, stop hitting your sister. Stop hitting your brother. They know they're hitting them. No discussion. Stop it. You know, and then speak up, because the people who see things and don't say anything are just as guilty. I would never be on a set and allow someone to be painted down. I would never be on a set and watch someone be painted down and not say anything. That's not me. I speak up a lot anyway. I speak up. That's why I got fired from the one job, and I was there for over 4 weeks. But at the end of the day, you have to speak up. You have to say something. Things only get allowed to go through those type of channels and make it all the way to shooting is because everybody along the way didn't say anything. Shame on every person. Period. You know how many people had to go through that to see that and not say anything? To see a white person get painted black and not say anything? There was a chain of people that saw that and didn't say anything. They're just as guilty.
So with the Asian community, specifically East Asian, we've seen a lot of like yellow face, and we've even seen in films where they use technology to make them look Asian, and we speak out about it, but then it's like then producers or directors will like give stupid answers. Of one of the stupidest answers was Asians don't emote, and that's why they didn't hire an Asian actress and hired a white actress instead, and used technology to make her look more Asian. I equate it to them using technology as when kids would pull back their eyes to make them Asian people, and we speak about it, and then so you get like told so many racist things like that. You feel so invalidated, and it's very frustrating.
It is very frustrating. It's very frustrating, but at the end of the day, you speaking up is way more powerful than the frustration that comes with it, because it's saying, hey, I'm putting you on notice. I know what you're doing and it's not right. You know what I mean? It's calling them out on their crap, on the bullshit techniques and answers that they give you, like you don't know. And at the end of the day, those little tactics and lies that they spit out will come back and haunt them. That's why you have all these stories coming out now. You know what I mean? It's just, it will come back. You have to reap what you will reap what you sow. If you're doing these little racist tactics and speaking stupid and giving these, you know, these weak answers and responses and excuses as to why you're deliberately doing things versus owning up to it and acknowledging that you did a stupid move and apologize. Yeah, that's what needs to happen. Take ownership in the stupid decision making and then not do it again. And first of all, there's enough qualified Asian actors that you don't need to be painting white people to be Asian. Nobody needs to be painted, actually. There's enough qualified people all day, you know, to be painted, to not be painted. It just doesn't make any sense.
Because of that director's comment, there was a Twitter hashtag called Asia, I think it was called Asians Emoting or something, which was like, I'm
gonna have to look that up. Okay. Yeah, we have to call people out on their crap.
Because of that, I lost a role model, but I gained other role models.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because we don't stand for that. Yeah, we can't stand for that. That's not okay, and it's not acceptable on any level.
But I think it starts with people in positions of power not letting these things happen.
Absolutely. And you're seeing a generation of people who are speaking up against injustice. You know, they're not standing by quiet and not saying anything. So many people, you know, I mean, if the amount of people who have really been done wrong actually spoke up, it'd probably be a list that was, I don't know, 2 million miles long.
Yeah.
But you have so many people who are scared. I just never, I mean, they're scared to speak up. They're scared to go to human resources. They're scared to, you know, they're just scared. And the minute you have people who are not scared to call people out, then you'll get change. But again, we have a generation now, people who they're speaking out. They're calling people out. They're saying, hey, you don't need to be painting people down. There's enough qualified actors already. Why are you doing that? They're making people be accountable for their decisions.
Talked about before, I've like looked at previous interviews. You talked about a lack of female stunt coordinators. Is becoming a stunt coordinator something you would consider doing in the future?
Totally, yes. I actually have coordinated 2 small projects, so I'm happy with that. But being a female coordinator is something that is on my list of things to do. I've been doing stunts 10 years. I've only worked for sure 1 female coordinator. I think, forgot Marnie. Okay. 2. It was 2 because I'm putting. Yeah. I forgot because I did another interview and I forgot one lady. I was like, oh my God, I forgot I worked for her. But yeah, but out of 10 years, I worked for 2. I mean, seriously. Yeah, 10 years. I've only worked for 2 female stunt coordinators. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting the other. Yeah. Yeah, 2. Who does that? That's crazy. And they're out there. No, sorry, 3. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, it's 3. So I work for Julie, Marnie, and Mary. So 3. Yeah. 3 in 10 years. That's crazy.
And I read recently there's only 2 working Black female stunt coordinators in the US.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how many there are in the UK. That's something I still have to research, even research how many female stunt coordinators there are in the UK.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. I literally had to force my brain to go back to be like, I didn't want to make sure I forgot a female coordinator that I work for. But yeah, in 10 years, I've only worked for 3. Mary, Julie, and Marnie. That's it. Well, get this. So I almost had the opportunity even 4. Oh no, 4. Okay. So Jess, I did work for Jess, but get this. So there was a project that that the coordinator was going to be a female, and then they ended up changing and they got a guy. So yeah.
Why?
That would have been another female. But yeah, I mean the scale of female coordinators and male coordinators, I mean, the gap is astronomical. I mean, there's a lot of qualified female stunt women that have the experience to run shows and to run films, and you know, they're there. They just haven't been given the opportunity. So I think things are kind of changing now. So hopefully we shall see an increase in female stunt coordination. That'd be awesome. In my 10 years of doing stunts, I have worked for less than 5 female coordinators.
10 years. It's like so
10
many
years.
films and television shows, and like only less than 5.
Less than 5. I'm going to start saying that now.
Last question. Do you have any upcoming projects that we can look out for?
Yeah, so there are a couple projects that I had been working on. Before the Coronacopolis, as I call it, hit, I was in the middle of 3 projects. And one of them I cannot mention, but the other 2 I can. So one was called Lovecraft Country, and I'm doubling the actress over there, Ajanu, who is amazing. I just love her. And she's amazing. And that project is like a J.J. Abrams produced project, so it's super cool. They've already released like a couple trailers and stuff. I think it's hitting the airwaves or whatever soon. And then the other one is Dim Covenant. I doubled the actress over there as well. And I don't know when that comes out, but yeah, those two projects. Them Covenant is coming out soon. I've seen several trailers. So I'm very excited to see that because it was a very good project to work on. Very, very cool. Probably one of my favorite projects to work on. It's definitely in my top 5 projects that I've worked on during 10 years. So I loved being a part of that project.
Now time for the speed round.
Cool.
What is the first film you ever saw?
Probably Batman at the drive-in.
And do you have more skills than Batman?
That's so funny. Do I have more skills than Batman? Well, yes, I do, because I am a Marvel character.
Yeah. Batman, I don't think he can wrestle, and I don't think he can't do bobsledding. So
no, he can't do bobsledding.
Yeah.
He can't do bobsledding. Yeah. So even though his Batmobile could resemble a little bobsled if we kind of scooped out some stuff, but yeah, of course I have more skills than Batman. I'm genius.
What is your favorite film by your favorite filmmaker?
Oh my God. Okay. So I have two like really like favorite films, and I love Home Alone. Absolutely love Home Alone, and I love As Good as It Gets. Like favorite films. Now my favorite filmmaker is probably M. Night Shyamalan. So if I had to figure out one of his movies that I loved, that would be my favorite of his movies, would definitely be Split, but that's kind of recent. So if I didn't choose recent, then I would say The Village. But M. Night is like a tie for first as my favorite filmmaker. I freaking love him. Yeah.
What is your favorite cult classic film?
Favorite cult classic film? Very easy. Saw. All of the Saw movies. I love all of them. I own all of them. I own all the regular DVDs. I own the special edition ones. I own director's cuts. I own all of them. Yeah. Saw.
What film has the best soundtrack?
Ooh. The film with the best soundtrack. Okay.
In my opinion, it may be Shrek.
Oh, Shrek was awesome. Shrek was very good. It's funny because I was gonna think along those same lines. I really love the soundtrack to Lion King, but I really love the soundtrack to the Jungle. Jungle Book. Sorry. I love the Jungle Book, but then I don't know. Okay, I got to narrow this down because I'm really big into. Can it not be a movie?
Yeah.
Okay, because I literally own like every Cirque du Soleil soundtrack, and probably my favorite soundtrack would be Lucia or Toruk. But yeah, so let me wrap this up for you. So my favorite soundtrack would probably be the Jungle Book soundtrack, and then maybe Lucia from Cirque du Soleil. Yeah.
And what is your current favorite film?
My current favorite film. Okay. My current favorite film would probably be, this movie keeps coming to my head. Okay, I gotta say it. My current favorite film is Mary, King of Scots. Yeah. I freaking love that movie. I've watched it a million times. And if I had to choose a second place, it would be The Joker tied with Birdman. Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's the interview. I hope.
Oh, cool. Thank you. This was the most pleasant interview I've ever had. You're a sweetheart.
Well, thank you. That's the interview. I hope.
Oh, cool. Thank you. This was the most pleasant interview I've ever had. You're a sweetheart.